The new season opens amidst a chaotic and deadly stairwell battle between the masked guards and desperate players. Some players try to escape or surrender, but mercy is non-existent here. A player who raises his hands in surrender is instantly gunned down, proving that there's no room for compassion in this brutal world. In the middle of this carnage, Jae-suk, a key character, pleads for his life, tearfully speaking about his sick daughter. He is shot, but miraculously survives, and is secretly saved by a mysterious female guard, later revealed as Kang No-yul. Rather than being taken to the morgue, Jae-suk's body is rerouted to a hidden operating room. The horrific reality dawns. Some of the dead players are harvested for organs in an underground black market run by corrupt guards. Kang No-yul pretends to be part of this scheme but ultimately turns on the others, executing her partner to protect Jae-suk. She demands that his records be erased so the frontman never finds out he's still alive. Meanwhile, Ji-hun, who passed out in the previous game, is found unconscious by other players. While chaos unfolds on the island, offshore events thicken the mystery. On a ferry approaching the island, Captain Park coldly covers up the murder of the drone pilot, brushing it off as an accident. Junho, a determined undercover officer, senses something wrong and starts piecing things together. Inside the game facility, players are informed that 35 people have been eliminated, increasing the prize pool. Some express a desire to leave, and a vote is initiated. Despite the trauma, greed and desperation win again, the majority decides to continue the deadly games. Ji-hun, devastated by recent deaths, breaks down and taunts the guards, daring them to kill him. They don't. His survival is still entertaining to the VIPs. The frontman, emotionless and calculating, evaluates the situation and orders replacements for the lost guards and managers. A new game is announced, but it's unlike anything the players have seen. The next round is a brutal and psychological take on hide and seek. The 22 remaining players are split into two groups, the blue team, hiders, and the red team, hunters. The red team is given knives and told they must eliminate at least one blue player, or be eliminated themselves. The blue team gets a key and must find the hidden exit. Players are offered a disturbing option: they can switch teams, creating deep mistrust and paranoia. As the game begins, violence erupts. Im Jongdae, manipulative and selfish, uses other players as bait to survive. Myungji and Namgyu, two red players, go on a spree, eliminating hiders without remorse. Ji-hun frantically searches for Dae-ho, whom he holds responsible for previous deaths. His search is emotional and driven by vengeance. Seon-nyo, always a loner, tries to lead a group of blue players towards safety but fails to earn their trust. She eventually ventures alone, proving both resourceful and resilient. Meanwhile, Junhee, heavily pregnant, is forced to navigate this hell. She collapses and eventually goes into labor, while still inside the deadly game. Her friend Hyunju helps her deliver the baby, even as danger closes in. Myungji, ever opportunistic, finds them and locks them in a room, killing Hyunju after she begs him to spare the baby. He coldly declares that the baby is his too and tries to take control, but Junhee refuses to acknowledge him. He leaves her alive, knowing the game will probably kill her anyway. Meanwhile, Ji-hun finally corners Dae-ho in a confrontation filled with emotion and pain. Dae-ho reveals he was manipulated too, and before Ji-hun can kill him, the game ends. In a chilling revelation, it's discovered that only 8 players are left, and one of them is the newborn baby, whom the VIPs have decided counts as a player, a deeply disturbing commentary on how little they value human life. The players are transported to a new arena, a glass bridge suspended above a deadly drop. Like in Season 1, the bridge is divided into sections, and players must jump onto tiles that might shatter beneath them. This time, there's a twist: players can push each other to gain time and advantage. Im Jongdae and Ji-hun both negotiate deals to survive. Min-soo, suffering from withdrawal and hallucinations, consumes a stash of pills hidden inside a necklace and becomes increasingly unstable. Junhee, weakened but carrying her baby, makes a final emotional plea to Myungji. She accuses him of being a coward and murderer. He tells her the baby can survive only if she gives it to him. She refuses. In one of the most emotional moments, Junhee, realizing she can't go on, kisses her baby goodbye and throws herself off the bridge, hoping this will spare Ji-hun and the child. The players are shocked, but the game continues. Outside the arena, Kang No-yul infiltrates the game control center. She brutally kills an officer who tries to stop her and deletes files that could identify Jae-suk. She then heads toward the front man's office, intending to take down the system from the inside. At the same time, Junho finally gets a signal out to the Coast Guard. He sneaks into the island via the back route and discovers the horrors inside. He radios Woo-suk, his colleague, telling him to get help fast. Back in the game, only Ji-hun, Myung-ji, and the baby remain. The VIPs, amused by the tension, order the next vote. Jeomja, the oldest player, reflects on killing her own son in a previous round to save others. She breaks down and begs them to stop the game, but the others vote to continue. Im Jongdae, facing a debt of 10 billion won, has no choice but to keep playing. The frontman watches silently as the final round begins. Ji-hun is broken physically and emotionally but determined to protect the child. Myung-ji tries to wrestle the baby away. Ji-hun pleads with him not to make the baby part of this twisted legacy. Myung-ji reveals he never cared about anyone, only survival. They fight, and Myung-ji nearly wins, until Ji-hun makes the ultimate sacrifice. He lunges toward the button to start the final round and jumps off the platform with Myung-ji, choosing death over participation. Myung-ji falls to his death. Ji-hun is presumed dead. The island descends into chaos. Kang No-yul manages to trigger the self-destruct sequence, and the remaining data is wiped. Explosions rock the island. Kang escapes in disguise. Junho searches for the prize room but finds it completely empty. There is no money, just destruction. The season ends 6 months later. In a quiet amusement park, Jaeyoung-suk is drawing portraits again, living a humble life with his daughter. A woman approaches, it's Kang No-yul, now in civilian clothes. She smiles at the little girl, gently interacts, and walks away. Jaeyoung-suk doesn't recognize her, but her subtle glance suggests she's keeping her promise from the shadows. Meanwhile, Woo-suk picks up Junho from prison. Junho reflects on how everything burned, how Ji-hun gave his life, and how there was nothing left to recover. The game is over, or so it seems.